When thinking of a Nintendo series where every game is at worst alright and at best a fever dream, I'm thinking of everybody's favorite pink ball of death, Kirby. Kirby's adventures dates all the way back to the 90s, still slaying gods while also looking adorable as fuck. To defeat the enemies, he relies on his ability to suck opponents inside him, which allows him to swallow his prey and copy the ability too. There are exceptions with a few enemies that either don't give any abilities when swallowed, or can't be inhaled to begin with. The abilities range from spitting fire to Nagasaki 1945. But if I had to choose my favorite ability in terms of combat, it would be Bomb Kirby, because explosions come in many different shapes and sizes. Some of them look gorgeous, like fireworks. It makes you look like a badass. It's mostly satisfying to look at, and very ridiculously powerful. Alright, don't call me a terrorist yet, I chose the anime route, alright? Today I will go over every appearance that the bomb ability made, talk about the moveset in their respective appearance, and how it competes against other copy abilities and against other versions of the bomb ability itself. So, let's go! Here's a brief description of Bomb Kirby. Its powers are to produce and throw bombs. The bomb ability has an access of an unlimited supply of bombs, and Kirby can take damage from the explosions. Its uses are to take out strong enemies and clearing puzzles. When Kirby gains the ability, he will slightly change his appearance by wearing a cone head or a floppy cap depending on the game. To clarify, don't confuse Crash with Bomb. I will skip entries if there isn't anything to add, and the control of each game is different, so I will refer the button to perform the action as attack button. Kirby Superstar and Ultra. We have Ready Bomb, which lets Kirby hold a bomb, Bomb Throw, which lets Kirby throw a bomb, Bomb Drop, which lays a bomb to the enemy, Straight Throw, which slides the bomb, and Bomb Set, that plants a bomb to the ground. Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards.
You are a blowfish.
For Bomb, half of its moveset is gone, so you cannot Bomb Drop, Straight Throw, and Bomb Set. You can only hold the bomb and throw it. The game introduces the Power Combo gimmick. Kirby can create a power combo by creating an ability star, inhale it, and spit it into an enemy that also gives you an ability. So, as for the power combos, we have Burn Bomb, which explodes like a firecracker in the air, Stone Bomb, which throws dynamite, Ice Bomb transforms into a snowman with an explosive head, Needle Bomb transforms into a Gordo that explodes and shoots spikes, Spark Bomb turns into a light bulb that damages enemies and lights dark areas, Cutter Bomb throws shurikens that explode upon impact, and Bomb Bomb fires homing missiles. Kirby Air Ride. Here the bomb ability works different, it's more like Crash, that's why I made the disclaimer from before, because Crash is an ability that only works once, and it creates a massive explosion that kills every enemy in like one shot. However, in this game the bomb works more like the bar bombs from Mario Kart, where it just creates a giant explosion. Kirby in the Amazing Mirror is just like Kirby Superstar, so we're gonna skip through that. Kirby Squeak Squad. We have a similar moveset from before, but now we have ability scrolls. Ability scrolls function just like power combos from before, the only difference is the activation, and there is a limit with each ability. For example, Sword and Bomb have almost the same combination, with the difference that Sword has a fire combination and Bomb doesn't, because Bomb already has fire properties. Ice Bomb freezes the water and enemies, and Spark Bomb electrifies enemies and sends sparks along metal surfaces. Kirby's Return to Dreamland and Deluxe. So, the Deluxe version of the game isn't out yet, and I'm just gonna say that this little analysis is just for Kirby's Return to Dreamland. So if the Deluxe version has the same, I'm just gonna put it there, and just in case if it is, you can apply the same thing there too. And if it isn't, well, I was wrong, I guess. As for the moveset, Kirby learns a new move called Self-Destruct. Unlike the name suggests, it doesn't actually deal damage to Kirby, but in fact kills the enemies around him. Self-Destruct is performed by holding the attack button and not doing anything. This game also introduced the firework cone head. Previously the heads were just a blue floppy cap, so that's a nice change. The bombs also have a star pattern, and they lost the fire property that I had in prior games, meaning that it is not possible to destroy ice blocks and light fuses with bombs. Kirby Triple Deluxe and Fighters Deluxe. The moveset is the same from Return to Dreamland, with the only difference that it takes longer to deploy bombs. In Fighters Deluxe, there is an alternative costume for Kirby that goes with a heart theme, meaning that it is possible to kill with the power of love. Thank you, Kirby. Yet again, we skip Kirby Planet Robobot. Kirby Battle Royale. Our moveset is halved again, so we're back to just throwing bombs, planting them. We can hold the attack button to get a bigger bomb, and we can dunk! Also cute hats. Kirby Star Allies. Our moveset is the same from Triple Deluxe, but this time we have power effects. Power effects are elemental abilities applied to weapon abilities. For example, fire is an element and bomb is a weapon. Elemental abilities can only combine with weapons, so you can't mix fire with fire or bomb with bomb like in Kirby 64. And same goes for other elements and weapons, like fire and ice or bomb with sword. But there are a few exceptions with that, like you can do water and zap, which that's awesome. Other than that, we'll stick to our 5 elements per bomb. First one is Blizzard. Blizzard gives you ice bombs, and you can freeze common enemies and waterfalls, and douse flames. Bluster gives you wind bombs. You can sweep away fallen leaves, and also douse flames. You can also hold the bomb while floating. Sizzle. It gives you fire bombs, and you can light cannon fuses, melt ice blocks, burn grass, and fallen leaves. I mean, the first half is something that it could do prior, but now it can do it again with the fire element. Splash. It gives you water bombs, it doses flames, and destroys electro sauce. And lastly, we have Zap. It gives you electric bombs, and electrifies water surfaces and power wires. Kirby will deal 25% more damage after creating a power effect. Kirby Fighters 2. It's the same moveset as Triple Deluxe, with the only difference that self-destruct damages Kirby now. The Heart Bomb hat makes a comeback, but this time we have a new costume too. It's called the Pirate's Tricorn, which name suggests it's a pirate theme with bomb. We will talk more about this game later. Kirby and the Forgotten Land. The move bomb set and self-destruct were both removed, so our only options with bomb is to throw them and bowl them. The thing is, Kirby and the Forgotten Land is a full 3D game. Not like Kirby 64 where it's like 2.5. No, this is full 3D. You have an unlimited amount of directions you can throw the bombs, making this more difficult to use than in the other games. However, the bomb blueprints are making the bomb ability one of the most powerful upgrades in the series. And I'm not counting final boss abilities, just to clarify, because these abilities are just way too overpowered. Our first upgrade is Chain Bomb. Chain Bomb gains the ability to connect nearby bombs with a chain. Up to 6 bombs can be connected. The larger the chain, the stronger and longer the explosion will be. When one of them explodes, all of them explode at the same time. The chain bombs glow a different color depending on how many bombs are together. 2 bombs are glowing red, 3 bombs yellow, 4 bombs green, 5 bombs blue, and 6 bombs cyan. Our next upgrade is Homing Bomb. And Homing Bomb is Chain Bomb on a chemical substance that improves your strength. Homing Bomb has the same abilities as Chain Bomb but 5 bombs instead of 6 bombs. The glow colors are changed as well. 2 bombs are green, 3 bombs teal, 4 bombs blue, and 5 bombs dark blue. Homing Bomb is an automatic ability that activates when your bombs land on the ground. It will follow your target while chaining if they are right next to each other. And finally we can wrap things up with... Okay, that's not a game.
Kirby, that's a name you should know. Kirby, he's the star of the show. He's more than you think, he's got maximum pink. Kirby's the one.
Yeah, when I said every appearance, I kinda meant every appearance where Bomb Kirby fought. So this does count. With that being said, Kirby right back at ya. In the Kirby anime, the bomb ability was used for only 5 episodes in total. Those are Kirby Takes the Cake, A Half-Baked Battle, Right Hand Robot, Mumby's Madness, and Fright to the Finish. And all Kirby did was just throw bombs. Let's go back to Kirby Fighters 2. The reason why I chose this game over Deluxe is because Deluxe doesn't really have a roster there. So I fought every ability in Fighters 2 to find out about Bomb's strength and weaknesses. But before we start, I wanna briefly mention that this tier list is not definitive at all. I did play against bots on the hardest difficulty, and I turned off the items on the training stage, basically meaning no platforms, and you will see why this is inconsistent later, especially with one ability that I couldn't really rank. This tier list is meant to serve as a base to understand the bomb ability better. That's why I made it, so it's not 100% accurate. Now with that being said, we can start now. The easy win tier is just there to show that Bomb can win these fights without even thinking straight. Then we have the plus, which means advantage. Bomb ability has an advantage against these players. This doesn't mean that Bomb doesn't have to do anything to win, it's just that his chances are higher to win. Neutral matchups are the ones that either Bomb wins or the other one. Here's where we get to our first problem, and that is Bow. Well, for Bow, I wouldn't say that matchup is neutral, because I had wins where it was either pretty easy, where I didn't even get scratched, or I lost the match without even touching him. That's why I couldn't say that it's neutral, so I just put it there, but in reality it's not really there. It's either an easy win or you lose tier. Next up is the minus, it's the disadvantage. Bomb struggles against them, but he can win if he's better. And lastly we have the you snooze, you lose tier. There's nothing you can do. Literally, I tried so many times, it was difficult to get through them. Especially Water. Water is that one ability you don't want to fight because, oh boy, he's gonna be as lame as possible. Now someone would say,
wait, this tier list doesn't make any sense.
And to that I'll say, it will make sense in a second. Well, I've been holding out on information, which includes 2 secret moves that Bomb has. Well, one move isn't really that secret and the other one is a gimmick particular just for this game. And we'll start off with the gimmick now. When fighting in teams, if you grab your opponent, a move that is standard to everyone, and throw the enemy to your attacking teammate and the teammate connects their hit, it will deal massive amount of damage to your opponent. Let's call this mechanic the friend attack. Bomb can exploit this mechanic on his own by planting a bomb on the ground and throwing the opponent to said bomb, making this his strongest attack and one of the strongest moves in the game. And the other move we'll call corner cheese. The cheese works simple. If your opponent is at a corner, you can spam attacks to deal more damage, or to even finish off the opponent. Sometimes the cheese is cheddar, and other times it's Swiss. Depending on your opponent, the cheese can either be performed smoothly, or it could be executed like a Death Noodle stroke. Not every attack will land, that's because of how the AI functions. The AI prefers to counterattack as soon as possible without taking damage. For example, Fighter can't be cheesed because of his dive kick move, where he destroys bombs without taking damage. On the other hand, we have Artist. Artist doesn't have a move to counter the cheese, so the AI will decide to air dodge the attack to get out of the corner, which is possible but unlikely to happen, making this almost a death sentence for everyone that can't counter. And what I forgot to mention is that stage awareness and item play is where Bomb unlocks its true potential.
Oh cool, but what if I want to play single-handed mode on very...
Well, here's my best advice if you want to play single-handed mode on very hard with Bomb. Don't! But if you ignore my advice and play it anyways, well, you entered hell where you are forced to watch every JStation 3am video for the rest of time.
Today we are making Kermit the Frog drink the gay potion.
1, 2.
This difficulty requires you to know about every stage gimmick, how to utilize them, and be extremely lucky, especially with item drops. And my next advice would be to master the Bomb vs Bomb matchup.
Why?
Because it's gonna be extremely nasty once you get to the final one. Shadow Kirby. He is gonna be your worst nightmare, and let me tell you, he is no joke in that mode.
So what makes Shadow Kirby dangerous? I mean, he uses the same ability as me.
You poor naive fool. Let's factor all these things in. You're in a stage that has no platforms. You have the same damage as him, with the only difference that Shadow Kirby has double your health, and he knows how to spam bombs. Well, that's why I said you need to master that matchup, because this dude is literally just a fucking walking nightmare. I couldn't even tell you how long it took me. It was like around 30 minutes. Good thing I recorded all of that, and good thing I, a YouTuber who does shitty videos like this, would record even the simplest of things. Like this, just for your entertainment. Please like and subscribe to ease my pain.
Also subscribe to my channel. It's like, I'm not gonna upload, but you know, subscribe.
Well, after you defeat Shadow Kirby, you just get a medal. That's all I did it for. Now to answer the question.
In which game is Bomb Kirby the strongest?
It's Kirby in the Forgotten Lands. Come on, I said it before. Haven't you watched this entire video? Anyways, Chain Bomb alone outshines every other bomb we have seen so far. The ability to connect your bombs and create a strong explosion is just too good to be true. And Homing Bomb gets even better than that. I don't want to discredit the other bombs, like the Bomb Power combo from Kirby 64, or the power effects from Star Allies, even the bomb from Kirby Air Ride. But compared to Forgotten Lands, Homing and Chain Bomb, they aren't just as great as those power-ups. And I know that Forgotten Lands Bomb Kirby must be the best version out of them all, because of the game being in 3D, making Bomb a viable option alongside other abilities in the same game, like Fire or Sword. Bomb itself sucks in the 3D environment, I've stated that before too. The blueprints compensate for it, but also allows the player to adapt a different playstyle. There you have it. We went through every version of Bomb Kirby, but what about the public opinion? To answer that question, I looked at a lot of tier lists and see where they rank Bomb. And how's the ability? Surprisingly, it's average. My initial thought going in was that Bomb is going to be an underrated pick because of the lack of a moveset and not so interesting attacks. Turns out I was only partially right. I still think that the ability is underrated, but my expectations were lower to start with. But that's because of my appreciation of smaller things. Like, this is my favorite game of all time, this is my favorite manga, and this is my favorite community, and I have no intention of making a video on either of these topics. Okay, maybe the manga one. But overall, I'm happy that my little blow-up buddy gets at least some recognition in the future. Maybe Hell gives the ability some variety in moves, like they did in Forgotten Land. Until then, be happy with what you have, because one day, it might be gone.